How's everybody? Well, players are working hard this week in preparation for this game. I think the big thing that we're trying to get our players to realize is, the past is the past. They've created a great opportunity for themselves. They got to look forward to a new energy and a new enthusiasm to the opportunity that they've created for themselves. And I know you're all going to ask me about the magnitude of the game. I think everybody understands the magnitude of the game. I think everybody understands the consequences of the game one way or the other. All right, so, I've been getting asked that question ever since we started playing SEC games, when we played Florida. What's the magnitude of this game? How big a game is this? Then the Ole Miss game, how big a game is that? So every game we played all year, it's the same question. So I got the same answer. It's the most important game because it's the next game. And it's the next game that has an importance because of, what the players have created for themselves. And, they've created a great opportunity to play against a great Missouri team, an outstanding Missouri team. It's a great competitive venue to play in the Georgia Dome for the SEC championship, and everybody understands that that's the magnitude of the game for us, and that's what we need to make sure that we're focusing on and being prepared to get done. I think, rest for the players is really, really important. I mean, the reason that we practiced indoors is to try to get the players a little more acclimated to those kind of surroundings, that kind of temperature, and hopefully they'll be more ready to play indoors when we play there on Saturday. Injury-wise, Cam Robinson, Darius Stewart, and Brian Vogler have all been able to practice. Denzel Duval has done some things in practice. He would be the most questionable guy for the game to this point.
Kind of hit on my question. I was going to ask about Brian. How healthy is he, and will he be able to play Saturday?
Well, I'm not a doctor. He's been able to practice, and he's done a pretty good job in practice, and that's the only thing that we can evaluate it on. And I think all these guys will have to evaluate, how they progress the rest of the week, how they respond to the activity that they've done, and some of them might even have to decide before the game type things. But most of the time when guys can practice, he practiced yesterday, practiced today, so did Darius. As long as they don't have a setback, chances are they'll be able to contribute in the game.
Just with this team, what do you think it is? They've been able to come back 4 times in the fourth quarter. What is it about the character of this team that you think that allows them to come back in these games?
Well, I guess there's 2 parts to that question. What is it about the character that puts us in a position where we have to come back? But I think the team has great resiliency. I think they have great competitive character. And I think that probably starts with the leadership on the team, the quarterback, the other leaders on the team that have a really strong will to want to succeed. And I think sometimes, when the chips are down, I think it's brought out the best in all these guys. We shouldn't need that kind of negative motivation to get behind in a game, to get motivated to play in a game. You'd like to be able to go play in a game and go into with the idea that, hey, we're going to play the best that we can and try to dominate every play and get a great start. But, we just keep trying to play the next play in the game. I think the players do that, the coaches do that, and we've been able to make enough plays to get back in games, and I think that speaks volumes for the competitive character of the team.
Just wondering, how has Adam Griffith's progressed this week, and also will J.K. Scott still handle kickoff duties?
We actually did kickoff and kickoff return today, and Adam was able to kick off, for the first time in a couple weeks. So if he doesn't have any issues, he'll be able to, do it. But I'm okay with both those guys when it comes to kickoff. They both do a pretty good job on kickoff. Adam is certainly had a little more experience in putting the ball in the right place, but J.K.'s done a really good job for us, so we don't really have any issues with him doing it. I do think that Griff, because of range and accuracy, is definitely helpful, and also he's quick. Gets the ball up fast. So you know, we really need him on field goals.
This is a little bit off topic, but as your coaching tree kind of continues to grow, do you give those guys advice on kind of how to handle this coaching search season? And have you talked to McElwain at all since his name's been coming up for some?
No, I really haven't talked to him. You know, I talked to Mac on occasion. He's had a great year. He's done a great job, and we wish him the best in whatever happens for him. And I certainly hope, you know, these things work out, and it's great for his family. And I'm sure he'll do a great job if he ends up, you know, taking a different job. He's certainly done a fantastic job at Colorado State. But I don't care what situation you're in. You know, when you have relationships someplace and a team and players that you've recruited, it's not easy to just pick up and leave. You know, and I've done that way too many times, and it's just really, really hard. And you know, I never want to do it again, to be honest with you. And I'm sure that even though this is an outstanding opportunity for him, I'm sure it's very difficult as well to you know, leave the team that won 10 games and played their heart out for you and all that kind of stuff.
Landon Collins has been a very effective player for you all year. What have you seen from him and what makes him so effective?
I'm sorry?
Landon Collins has been a very effective player. What have you seen from him and what makes him effective?
Well, Landon's been a really good player in whatever his role has been ever since he's been here. You know, when he was a freshman, he was the #1 demon special teams player. He didn't get to play a whole lot of defense, played some in roles. Last year he became a starter, and the more experience that he's gotten, the more confidence that he's gotten in, you know, what he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to do it, why it's important to do it that way. He has just become a, he's got great ability, great speed, great burst, you know, very powerful, explosive guy. So, and he's very instinctive as a defensive player and as a defensive back, and he can do all the things that are critical factors for his size. He's a good man-to-man player, can play the ball in a deep part of the field. He's a good tackler. And he's very productive because he's one of the most competitive guys on our team when it comes to here's the game, practice every day, work hard, and always plays hard in the game. All right, thank you.